Alright, back again with another outside zone play, and work through our grades here. Play's going right. So on this play, we gave everybody a 0 but the backside tight tackle, and we gave him a 0.5 for his cut block. And even though the play only gets a couple yards here, we think the block that really stands out, that really makes the play have potential to succeed, is the backside tackles block. And even if the play doesn't succeed, we still want to reward him for his kind of going above and beyond what an average player would could do. And so as you can see, everybody else work to their combos on the outside zone play. Ball's going to roll behind the center. Running back has a nice cut. We think this is where the ball should go. And then, backside in unblocked, runs down and makes the play. But if he was blocked, because of the backside tackles block, which is really key to this play having success and a difficult block, we graded him a 0.5. So this is an example, another example of a play, and kind of what goes right, what goes wrong for everybody, and defense included, and how we grade. So again, everybody's a 0 here with the backside tackle, who's going to get a 0.5. Okay, we're going to talk power now, and kind of the grading scale that we've deemed appropriate. As you can see, the defensive words there from our defensive specialist. Obviously, everybody knows the blocking for it. We'll give you an example of kind of grades that can be had on this play and our thought process behind them. Power left, and starting with the fullback here. As you can see, the linebacker, he's kicking out, blocking from the inside out, comes back in on the play, and we gave him a 0.5 for that. After initial contact, he's not getting beat immediately. If he went to block the guy and the guy absolutely whiffed on him and the guy made the play, or at least could have made the play, perhaps he missed the tackle, but the block is so incompetent that it allowed for immediate threatening of the running back, it would be a -1. But as it stands now, after the initial contact, he just doesn't do his job. 54 does better than he does. 54 would be credited by our defensive team with a 0.5, and consequently the fullback would be rewarded with a negative 0.5. So starting there, then we work to our tight end here, going down the 5 technique. We also gave him a 0.5. After initial contact of the block, he doesn't keep it, and the defensive end is able to come back in, come back out and suppress the hole, and so he's also receiving a 0.5 here. Play side tackle, although he does maybe hesitate for a moment, feel like he does what he's supposed to do there, at least what we can tell through our grading process, and so he's going to get a 0 here. Backside, the center play side guard here, going back on the shade, he's going to get a negative 0.5. Doesn't maintain the block, allows the shade to come back over the top upon contact, and threaten the ball carrier. Backside center, felt like his block is sufficient in what he's asked to do. It's not perfect. This is the subjective area here, and it just depends on how I guess pressing to the play or failure that you think a block is. But we gave the center going back here a 0. Backside tackle obviously a 0 as well. I think some of it's just kind of thinking about why a guy's making the play. Is he tripping on someone? You know, those things have to be, you know, calibrated also. How long should the play normally develop? You know, just because a guy comes off and makes a tackle, if he's blocked for a sufficient amount of time, it's not a negative downgrade. But that's kind of the thought process here behind power.